Heaven just cleared the path before you. Archangel Michael says, now walk through it without fear. The night was quiet, yet something in the air felt strangely alive, like the universe itself was holding its breath. My beloved child, as you sit here listening, you may not realize this, but right now, in this very moment, a path that was once blocked, once heavy, once confusing, has just been opened before you. Not by luck, not by chance, but by divine command. And the voice leading this moment is strong, it is unwavering, it is ancient, older than time itself. It is Archangel Michael. He whispers from the unseen realms, now walk through it without fear. And those words are not random. They are not metaphorical. They are a direct message meant for you. Yes, you. The one listening. The one searching. The one waiting for a sign. Today is not a normal day. This is not a normal message. This is not a normal moment. Because something has shifted in heaven. Something that was once delayed is now being delivered. Something that was once tangled has now been untangled. Something that was once blocked is now wide open, shining like a golden robe placed under your feet. You may not see the full picture yet, but Michael sees it all. He sees what you survived. He sees every night you cried without words. He sees every battle you fought silently, every moment you said, I don't know what's next, but I'll keep going. And heaven has finally said, enough. Now is the time. Now is the moment. Now is the divine turning. But let me take you deeper. Imagine a giant door, massive, ancient, carved with symbols of protection. For years, it remained locked. You prayed. You knocked. You prayed. But nothing happened. You thought maybe you weren't ready. Maybe it wasn't your time. Maybe the universe forgot you. But what you didn't know was that the door wasn't locked against you, it was being prepared for you. Heavenly forces were aligning, shifting, moving pieces you could not see. And while you thought nothing was happening, Archangel Michael was clearing the darkness behind that door, clearing the dangers, clearing the distractions, clearing the energies that were working against you. Because when you walk through a door blessed by heaven, it must be safe. It must be aligned. It must be purposeful. And now that door is open. My beloved child, this message is not here to comfort you. It is here to awaken you. Archangel Michael doesn't speak casually. When he says, walk through it without fear, he's telling you that the season of hesitation is over. The season of doubt is over. The season of feeling stuck, unsure, unseen. That season ends today. Heaven just cleared your path. Not tomorrow, not soon, not one day. Now. But there's something you must understand. A cleared path does not mean an easy path. It means a guided path. A protected path. A purpose-filled path. Archangel Michael does not remove fear so you could be comfortable. He removes fear so you can be unstoppable. You might feel a strange pull right now, a shift in your spirit, a sense that something big is forming around you. That is not imagination. That is not coincidence. That is spiritual alignment. Your life preparing to rise. Listen closely. The obstacles that once delayed you, they are dissolving. The people who blocked your blessings, they are being removed. The confusion that kept you stuck, it is clearing like fog under sunlight. You are stepping into a divine transition, one that has been written for you since the beginning of your soul's journey. Michael is not just opening a path, he is guarding it. Every step you take will be watched. Every turn you make will be guided. Every fear you feel will be softened by divine presence. But before you take that next step, Ask yourself, what have you been afraid of? What have you held back from? What dream have you buried because you thought you weren't ready? What calling have you ignored because the path looked too hard? Because all those excuses are gone. All those doubts are outdated. All those fears are illusions. Heaven doesn't clear a path unless it's time for you to rise higher. My beloved child, this is your rise. You are standing at the edge of a new chapter. You are standing at the edge of the life you prayed for. You are standing before the door Archangel Michael himself has opened. And once you cross it, everything changes. Your story shifts. Your momentum accelerates. Your blessings flow. Your identity strengthens. Your soul expands. Michael's message is not small. It is not symbolic. It is a direct instruction to your destiny. Now walk through it without fear. This is not the moment to hold back. This is not the moment to shrink. This is not the moment to doubt yourself. You have divine permission to move forward now. You have angelic protection backing your steps. You have heavenly forces clearing your way. And you only have one job. Walk. Walk with courage. Walk with faith. Walk with trust. And most importantly, walk without fear. Because fear is the only thing that can disconnect you from the blessing that is unfolding for you right now. Let it go. Release it. Step forward. The road is ready. And what comes next? What Michael reveals next? My beloved child, it's something you cannot afford to miss. Stay till the end. My beloved child, the moment you take even one step forward, something incredible begins to shift around you, as if the very air recognizes your movement and starts rearranging itself to support your rise. You may not realize this yet, but when heaven clears a path, the universe reacts instantly. Energies recalibrate. Opportunities awaken. Invisible barriers crumble like dust under divine authority. And as you move forward, guided by Archangel Michael, every second begins to feel heavy with meaning, like some truth is patiently waiting to reveal itself at the perfect moment. There is something powerful happening, not outside you, but inside you. A quiet confidence begins forming in your spirit, the kind that doesn't need proof, doesn't need permission, doesn't need validation. It is the kind of confidence that is born only when heaven steps in. You might feel your heartbeat shift, your thoughts sharpen, your intuition heighten. This is not emotion. This is alignment. Something within you knows that you are no longer walking the old road you once feared. You are walking the divine one, the one Archangel Michael cleared for you with purpose and precision. And yet, as you keep moving, a part of you might ask, what if I'm not ready? What if I fail? What if I walk through this door and everything falls apart again? My beloved child, listen closely. Fear always arrives when blessings are near. Doubt always whispers loudest right before the breakthrough hits. Uncertainty always rises when your soul is about to step into something bigger than anything you have ever known. But here is the truth. Heaven would never clear a path you were unprepared to walk. Archangel Michael would never open a door you are not strong enough to enter. You may feel small at times, but the strength within you has been building for years. Through every battle, every disappointment, every setback that tried to break you. And now that same strength has matured into something heaven can use. You are ready, even if your mind hasn't caught up with your spirit yet. And as you walk, you begin to notice something strange. The journey doesn't feel as heavy as it used to. The energy around you feels lighter. The air feels clearer. Problems that once felt unbearable now feel like stepping stones. People who once drained you no longer have access to your peace. Thoughts that once haunted you now lose their power. You might even sense a new presence near you, a comforting one, a protective one, a powerful one. That presence is Michael himself. You may not see him, but you will feel them. You will feel him in the way your courage rises even when you're scared. You will feel him in the way your intuition guides you more sharply than ever before. You will feel him in the way you begin to trust your steps, even when the destination is not visible yet. And in subtle ways, he will nudge you, redirect you, shield you, and remind you that destiny is not a place. It is a process. But while you walk, my beloved child, there is something important you must understand. Sometimes, when heaven clears a path, certain people from your past may try to reappear. Old situations may try to return. Old habits may try to whisper their familiar comfort. That is not a sign to turn back. That is a test to see whether you have truly outgrown the old versions of yourself. When the universe opens a new door, the past often knocks one last time just to check if you're still available for the life you once struggled to escape. You must not answer. You must not look back. You must not return to the places heaven rescued you from. Because what lies ahead is far greater than anything behind you. Now listen carefully. The more you move forward, the more the path reveals itself. At first, it might look narrow. Then suddenly it widens. Then it begins to curve, guiding you gently like a river carrying you toward something magnificent. You may not see the full destination yet, but that is because heaven reveals the path in stages. Not to confuse you, but to protect you. Some parts of the journey are too powerful to see all at once. If you knew how big your blessing truly is, you wouldn't be able to sleep. If you knew how drastically your life is about to shift, your heart wouldn't know how to remain calm. And as you continue walking, something unusual begins to happen. Your old fears start feeling unfamiliar. They no longer fit you. They no longer define you. They no longer control you. It's like you're shedding an old identity, one layer at a time, and stepping into the truest version of who you were always meant to become. This transformation is not accidental. It is intentional. It is sacred. It is designed. You are becoming the version of yourself who is capable of receiving what is coming. But as you walk deeper into this divine unfolding, I must ask you something important. My beloved child, if this message has touched even one corner of your soul, if you feel a shift happening, if your heart knows something big is on the way, then make sure you share this message with someone who needs it too. Someone out there is praying for a sign, a reassurance, a breakthrough, and your share might become the very answer they've been waiting for. And if you haven't yet, leave a comment so I know you felt this energy, and subscribe so you never miss the guidance that's meant to reach you in the exact moment you need it. But do not move away yet. Because what unfolds next, what Archangel Michael reveals next, is far deeper than anything you've heard so far. Something extraordinary is approaching. Something life-changing. Something heaven has been preparing for you long before you ever asked. Don't skip. My beloved child, as you continue moving forward on the path heaven has cleared for you, something in the atmosphere begins to thicken, not with fear, but with a kind of sacred intensity. It feels like the world around you is slowing down just a little, as if every second is holding a secret meant only for you. The air feels charged, like a message is forming right in front of you, waiting for the perfect breath, the perfect heartbeat, the perfect moment to reveal itself. And deep within your spirit, you can feel it too. Something important is coming. Something you were destined to hear. Every step you take draws you closer to a revelation Michael has been preparing for you for a long time. You may think you've already understood the meaning of the message, but in truth, you've only touched the surface. There is a deeper layer, a hidden one, wrapped in divine timing and spiritual precision. Heaven never clears a path without purpose, and Michael never speaks unless the message is urgent and transformative. This is not just guidance for your journey, this is a shift in your entire destiny. As you walk further, you begin to notice a subtle change within yourself. It's not obvious at first, but with each passing moment, you start realizing that your energy is different. Your thoughts feel clearer, your emotions feel more balanced, your intuition feels louder. It's as if the old version of you is gently stepping aside, making room for someone stronger, wiser, more aligned, a version of you that is ready for what lies ahead. You may not understand how powerful this shift is, but the heavens do. Archangel Michael does. He has been watching over you for longer than you can imagine. He has seen your struggles, your heartbreaks, your silent prayers, and those moments when you felt too exhausted to continue but somehow kept going anyway. He saw the moments when you doubted your worth, when you questioned your purpose, when you whispered to yourself, "Is there really something meant for me?" And every time, heaven whispered back, "Yes. Just wait." Now that wait is over. The path before you is more than a spiritual direction. It is the bridge leading you into the chapter you were born to experience. But to walk it with the full force of your destiny, you must understand something crucial. Heaven cleared the road, but you must be the one to claim it. The opportunity hadn't been unlocked, but the courage must come from you. Michael can guide, protect, and strengthen you, but he cannot take the step for you. That power belongs to you alone. And as you keep moving forward, a profound realization begins to dawn on you. You start to notice that the things which used to intimidate you no longer feel like threats. The uncertainties that once made you overthink now feel like challenges you're capable of navigating. The memories that once held you back are losing their grip. This is not random. This is spiritual reconstruction. Heaven is rewiring you from the inside out so the path cleared for you becomes the path conquered by you. But listen closely. The reason everything feels like it's shifting is because you're entering a stage of your journey where the blessings are no longer distant. They are approaching. They are forming. They are aligning. And as they move toward you, the energy around you must change to match them. Blessings don't arrive in chaos. They come where peace has been established, where clarity has been welcomed, and where faith has been strengthened. That is exactly what Michael is doing, clearing not just your external path, but your internal one too. And yet, even with all this divine movement around you, there may still be a small part of you that hesitates, wondering, what if I am not enough? My beloved child, you have always been enough. It was never a question of worth. It was only a question of timing. Heaven was never denying you. It was preparing you. Your spirit needed to grow into the version of you that could carry the magnitude of the blessing that is about to enter your life. And that moment, this exact moment, is the turning point where preparation transforms into manifestation. But there is something deeper, something far more powerful that Michael wants you to understand as you walk this newly cleared road. Every time your heart felt broken, heaven was expanding it. Every time you lost something, heaven was creating space. Every time you were forced to let go, heaven was reorganizing your destiny. And every time you thought you were being delayed, heaven was actually securing you. Because what is meant for you cannot be right. It cannot be weakened. It cannot be stolen. It can only arrive at the divinely appointed moment, and that moment is unfolding right now. Your steps may feel small, but in the realm of spirit, each one sends out a vibration that echoes through your future. Every movement you make on this path sharpens your direction, aligns your destiny, wakes up blessings that were once asleep. You don't even realize how many doors are beginning to unlock just because you decided to keep moving. You don't realize how many opportunities are shifting into position because your spirit finally said yes. You don't realize how many breakthroughs are standing behind the veil, ready to rush toward you the moment you reach the next spiritual checkpoint. And as you continue to walk, as your courage grows and your spirit expands, I want you to take a moment and truly breathe in the magnitude of this moment. Feel it. Sense it. Let it settle deep inside your heart. Because you are no longer walking the road of the past. You are stepping into the timeline your soul was always meant to experience. And what unfolds from here, my beloved child, will not just surprise you. It will transform you. Stay till the end. My beloved child, as you continue along this divinely cleared path, something extraordinary begins to rise within you, an awareness, a realization, a sense that the journey you are on is not just leading you somewhere, but awakening you into someone new. Every breath you take feels richer, heavier with meaning, as though the universe is whispering secrets you were never meant to hear until now. The atmosphere around you feels almost electric, not with danger, but with destiny, like heaven is preparing to reveal something that will shift the entire direction of your life in a single moment. And while you walk, there is a growing clarity in your spirit, the kind that washes over your doubts and dissolves them one by one. You start to understand that the struggles you faced weren't punishments, they were preparations. The heartbreaks weren't endings, they were redirections. The delays weren't denials, they were divine alignments. Everything that felt confusing back then is beginning to make sense now, because you're seeing it through the eyes of someone who has stepped into spiritual maturity. You're no longer the same person who cried, wondering when things would change. You are now the person who feels the shift before it even reaches you. And my beloved child, Archangel Michael watches this transformation with a kind of heavenly pride, because he has seen you rise through storms you didn't deserve and battles you did expect. He has seen you stand alone when others walked away. He has seen you keep going when your heart felt too tired to try again. And now, as you walk forward, he sees something even more powerful, your spirit finally recognizing its own strength. But as the strength grows, heaven wants you to know something vital. Blessings are drawn to certainty, not fear. When you walk forward with confidence, the path widens. When you walk with trust, the path lights up. When you walk with courage, the path brings what you seek closer, faster, clearer. This is why Michael says, walk through it without fear, because fear doesn't just slow you down. It blinds you to the miracles unfolding right in front of you. And miracles are beginning to move in your direction right now. However, there is a deeper layer to this journey, one that heaven hasn't revealed to you yet. And as you walk, you begin to notice subtle signs, small synchronicities, repeating numbers, moments of overwhelming peace, flashes of inspiration that feel like they came from beyond your thoughts. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Michael is communicating with you through feelings, through moments, through signs placed quietly along your path. He is guiding you gently, but powerfully, ensuring that you do not miss the opportunities heaven has aligned specifically for you. And as these signs increase, so does your awareness of a profound truth. The life you thought you lost is not the life you were meant to live. Something better, something higher, something far more aligned is calling you. Your destiny is not behind you. It is unfolding in front of you, opening piece by piece, moment by moment. You may not see the full picture, but you can feel the shift. Your spirit is rising, your energy is shifting, your purpose is awakening. But my beloved child, there is something crucial you must understand about this stage of your journey. When heaven clears your path, not everyone can walk with you. This is not a punishment. It is protection. Some people from your past, no matter how familiar they feel, cannot enter the life heaven is building for you. Their energy no longer matches yours. Their intentions no longer align with your purpose. Your presence no longer supports your spiritual elevation. And while it may feel hard to let them go, Michael wants you to trust that their absence is making room for connections that are healthier, deeper, and divinely aligned. And as you continue forward, heaven begins preparing something remarkable for you, something that will confirm beyond all doubt that you are on the right path. The shift coming toward you is not small. It is not subtle. It is not symbolic. It is life-changing. It is the kind of blessing that rearranges your entire future, the kind that turns your pain into power, your confusion into clarity, and your waiting into receiving. This is why the spiritual energy around you feels heavier, stronger, more significant. Something is approaching, and heaven wants you ready for it. And my beloved child, as you walk deeper into this divine unfolding, I want you to pause for a moment and share this message with someone whose spirit might be silently calling for guidance. Someone out there is standing on the edge of giving up, not knowing that heaven has already cleared their path too. Your share could save their faith. Your comment could lift their spirit. Your subscribe could keep you connected to messages that reach you at the exact moment you need them. But before your mind drifts, come back to your path. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Feel the guidance around you. Feel the presence walking beside you. You are not alone. You never were. And what is coming toward you is so monumental that even the smallest doubt could make you miss its arrival. Michael wants you steady. Heaven wants you expectant. Your destiny wants you awake. You are approaching the part of your journey where everything accelerates. Blessings will unfold quickly. Opportunities will appear suddenly. Doors will open effortlessly. You will not have to force what is meant for you. You will not have to chase what is written for you. You will simply align, and it will arrive. And the revelation that heaven is about to deliver next, my beloved child, it will shake your entire understanding of why your life unfolded the way it did. You are on the brink of understanding something that will change everything. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, as you continue walking this divinely opened road, there comes a moment when the world around you seems to blur for just a second, as if heaven is gently adjusting the lens of your life so you can finally see what was hidden in plain sight. The air feels different now, almost sacred, carrying within it a quiet message meant only for your spirit. You can sense that something is shifting inside you, something subtle yet incredibly powerful. It is the kind of shift that happens not when life changes, but when you change. And right here, right now, you are stepping into a version of yourself that you never thought you could become. A strange but comforting feeling rises in your heart, as if you're being guided by an unseen force that knows exactly where you're meant to go. And that force, my beloved child, is Archangel Michael, walking beside you with the patience of eternity and the strength of a warrior who has protected you long before you knew his name. He sees your steps, your fears, your hopes, your silent wishes. He sees the parts of you that no one knows about, the parts you hide, the parts you try to heal alone. And he whispers again, walk without fear. With every step you take, the past seems to get quieter. Its grip loosens. His weight lighten. The memories that once felt sharp now feel distant. The wounds that once felt deep are now slowly closing. And with that healing comes a new truth. You are not walking toward your destiny. You are walking into it. This path is not leading you somewhere. It is unfolding you into who you were always meant to be. You might notice that life around you, is subtly rearranging itself. People behave differently. Opportunities show up unexpectedly. Your intuition grows louder, guiding you like a gentle inner compass. And even when you can't explain it, you feel it. You are being prepared for something bigger than anything you've ever experienced. Heaven does not clear a path without reason. Michael does not walk beside someone unless the journey leads to elevation. But there is something else happening too, something you may not have fully realized. As you grow, as you shift, as you rise, the energy around you begins to change. And that change affects everything: your decisions, your relationships, your direction, even the thoughts you allow to live inside your mind. Suddenly the things that once drained you no longer interest you. The people who once hurt you no longer have power over you. The situations that once confused you no longer stop you. You are becoming intentional, focused, cleansed, protected. This transformation is not accidental. It is divine. But listen closely, my beloved child. Every divine shift comes with a moment of spiritual testing. Not to break you, but to confirm you. There might be moments where old fears try to return. Moments where you question whether this path is truly meant for you. Moments where the old version of you tries to pull you back. But you must understand, these are echoes, not obstacles. Echoes of a past you've already outgrown. Echoes of an identity that is dissolving. Echoes of doubts that no longer belong to the soul you are becoming. This is where your courage must rise. This is where your faith must stabilize. This is where you must trust that if heaven has cleared the road before you, then nothing can stand against you. Not fate, not fear, not failure. And as you walk deeper, Michael begins to reveal something profound. Not through words, but through feeling. You begin to sense that your life is aligning in ways you cannot yet see. A new chapter is forming. The blessings ahead of you are not small, not ordinary, not temporary. They are life-changing. They are powerful. They are divinely designed. And they carry the weight of heaven's favor. But to receive what is coming, you must continue. You must keep walking even when the path feels slow. You must keep walking even when you don't see progress. You must keep walking even on days where your strength feels limited. Because every single step, no matter how small, moves you closer to the door that was opened just for you. My beloved child, as you move deeper into the divine pathway that heaven has unveiled before you, a profound stillness begins to settle inside your spirit. Yet this stillness is not empty. It is full of meaning, full of truth, full of the quiet power that comes only when your soul is standing on the edge of a great revelation. It feels as if the world has paused for a moment, as if every unseen force is watching you, waiting for you, preparing you for what comes next. And inside that stillness, something begins to awaken. Something ancient, something wise, something that has lived inside you long before you had words for it. You may not realize it, but your spirit is expanding. Your vision is sharpening. Your energy is rising into a frequency that matches the blessings moving toward you. And this shift is not happening slowly. It is happening rapidly, intensely, undeniably. It is as though Archangel Michael is guiding you through a transition so powerful that even the parts of you that once resisted growth now surrender naturally, effortlessly, without force. The heaviness that used to cling to your shoulders is lifting. The confusion that clouded your decisions is clearing. The fear that once lived in your chest is dissolving like fog at sunrise. You are changing in ways your mind is only beginning to understand. And as you continue walking forward, you begin to feel a strength building inside you, a strength you didn't know you still had. It rises not from pride, not from ego, but from remembrance. a deep, spiritual remembrance of who you truly are. Not who the world told you to be, not who your fears shaped you into, but who you were created to be from the beginning. This is the version of you heaven recognizes, the version Michael has been guiding you back to, the version that is capable of holding the blessings waiting on the other side of this path. But my beloved child, there is something important you must now understand. As the path becomes clearer, the responsibility becomes greater. Not a heavy responsibility, not a burden, but a sacred duty to yourself, to your purpose, to the destiny heaven had been shaping quietly behind the scenes. You have reached a point where playing small is no longer an option. Doubting yourself is no longer aligned with the path beneath your feet. Shrinking your spirit to make others comfortable is no longer acceptable in the eyes of heaven. You were not chosen to walk this path by accident. You were chosen because you are capable. You are ready. You are strong enough to rise into a life that once felt unreachable. The very fact that the road ahead has been cleared for you means that heaven sees a strength in you that you may not fully see yet. But Michael sees it. He has always seen it. And he is whispering once again, with a voice that carries the weight of divine authority, walk without fear. But let me take you even deeper. As you walk this path, the spiritual realm is not silent. Messages are being placed in your dreams, in your instincts, in the sudden clarity that appears without warning. You might notice flashes of insight, moments where an idea or a vision comes to you so quickly and strongly that you feel it in your bones. This is not imagination. It is guidance. It is heaven aligning your mind with your destiny. And you must listen, because in the coming season of your life, intuition will become one of your greatest tools. It will lead you to people, opportunities, and directions that logic cannot explain, but blessings will confirm. Yet, along this sacred journey, there will also be moments of testing, not to break you, but to strengthen your trust. You may encounter moments where old fears try to return, where old wounds whisper their familiar stories, where old patterns attempt to pull you back into the past. But these are nothing more than shadows, remnants of a life you've already outgrown. You do not need to fight them. You simply need to keep walking, because shadows cannot follow someone who is walking toward the light. And while you walk, allow me to remind you of something essential. You are not walking alone. Michael is not just beside you. He is ahead of you, clearing the unseen obstacles, removing the hidden dangers, blocking the energies that do not belong in your destiny. He is guiding your steps in ways you may never fully see but will always feel. This journey is protected. Your future is guarded. Your breakthroughs are divinely sealed. But my beloved child, before your spirit rises even higher, pause for a moment and share this message with someone who might be on the edge of losing hope. You never know when your share becomes the lifeline someone was desperately waiting for. Leave a comment so your energy can echo into the world and connect with others walking their own divine path. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you never miss the guidance that heaven sends through the exact words you need at the exact moment your spirit needs it. Now, take a breath. Feel everything you have survived. Feel everything you are becoming. Feel the path beneath your feet glowing with purpose. You are stepping into a future where your blessings will arrive with such clarity, such speed, such grace that the past will no longer sting. You will rise into a chapter where your spirit feels lighter, your heart feels stronger, and your destiny feels unmistakably yours. And my beloved child, what awaits you just ahead will not simply continue your journey, it will elevate it beyond anything you've ever imagined. Don't skip. My beloved child, as you move further along this divine pathway that heaven has prepared for you, something undeniable begins to shift in the very core of your being. It is not loud and not chaotic and not dramatic. Instead, it arrives like a gentle warmth rising inside your chest, a feeling that tells you, without words, that something monumental is preparing to enter your life. The deeper you walk into this journey, the more you begin to realize that everything you went through, every moment of confusion, every unexpected detour, every heartbreak you never asked for, was never meant to destroy you. It was shaping you, strengthening you, stretching you into the version of yourself who could finally receive what is coming. And the more you continue, the more you sense a strange, but comforting truth. You are no longer fighting the path. You are flowing with it. Your steps feel guided. Your choices feel clearer. Your fears feel quieter. It's as though the weight that once made every step feel heavy is slowly dissolving, leaving behind a renewed energy that lifts you from within. You begin noticing small signs, moments where your intuition speaks louder, where coincidences align too perfectly to ignore, where you feel a sudden pull in a direction you never considered before. These are not random. These are whispers from heaven, subtle confirmations that you are exactly where you need to be. And my beloved child, as you walk, something beautiful begins to awaken inside you. Trust. Not blind trust. Not forced trust. But the kind of trust that grows from experiencing the tiniest glimpses of divine timing unfolding around you. You start realizing that the moments you once labeled as disappointments were actually redirections. The delays that frustrated you were actually protections. The connections that fell away were actually making space for better alignment. You are not just walking a path that heaven cleared, you are walking into a story heaven wrote long before you were born. With every step, your spirit expands just a little more. You begin understanding that strength is not the absence of pain, but the willingness to rise again after the world tries to silence you. You begin recognizing that courage is not the disappearance of fear, but the choice to keep moving even when fear tries to whisper its old lies. You begin embracing the truth that despite everything you faced, your heart still has the capacity to hope, to love, to dream, to begin again. And that, my beloved child, is one of the greatest miracles of all. Archangel Michael sees this miracle within you. He sees the resilience that has carried you through nights you thought would never end. He sees the faith that survived even when your circumstances didn't match your prayers. And now, as you walk this sacred path, he sees something rising in you that heaven has been waiting for. A readiness. Not a readiness to fight, not a readiness to survive, but a readiness to receive. Receiving requires a different kind of strength, a different kind of openness, a different kind of courage. And you are stepping into that courage now. But my beloved child, there is a deeper revelation waiting for you here. Heaven did not clear the path before you simply to bless you with something material or temporary. What is unfolding is far bigger than that. You are being prepared for a transformation of your purpose, your identity, your future. This is the kind of shift that cannot be rushed. It must be revealed slowly, the way dawn reveals a landscape little by little until the light finally makes everything clear. You are in that unfolding right now, walking between who you were and who you are becoming. As the path continues to open, you may feel moments where your heart grows tender, where old emotions resurface not to break you, but to be released once and for all. You might remember versions of yourself you no longer resonate with. You might recall dreams you abandoned because life pushed you too hard. You might feel a strange combination of sadness and peace as you realize you are inevitably outgrowing certain people, situations, and patterns. This is not loss. This is elevation. It is heaven removing what cannot walk beside you into the life you are stepping into. And during this ascent, your spirit might feel a mix of excitement and vulnerability. That is natural. You are walking through territory your soul has prayed for, but your mind has never experienced before. You are stepping into blessings you imagined in private moments, but never fully believed could be yours. Now they are coming, not someday, not in the distant future, but in the timeline you are entering right now. And as you feel this transition building, I want you to understand something essential. The magnitude of what is coming toward you will require you to stay awake in your spirit. Do not numb yourself with doubt. Do not silence your intuition. Do not minimize the power of the moment you are in. Because heaven does not move like this often. When it does, it is because something extraordinary is aligned, something that will not just touch your life but transform it. Take a breath now. Feel the air around you. Sense the quiet shift in your heart. Notice how your spirit feels heavier with meaning, stronger with purpose, clearer with direction. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is divine alignment taking shape, moment by moment, breath by breath. And my beloved child, as your heart absorbs these truths, remember to share this message with someone whose spirit may be silently breaking. You may pass light into a life that has been sitting in darkness for too long. Leave a comment so your energy echoes into the collective spirit of everyone walking their own divine journey. And subscribe, for the messages ahead are crafted to reach you exactly when your soul needs them most. Stay connected. Stay awake. Stay open. Because what unfolds ahead will reveal why heaven cleared your path so suddenly, so clearly, so powerfully. You are approaching the moment where everything begins to make sense. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, as you continue moving forward on this heaven-cleared road, you begin to realize that something profound is happening not only around you, but within you. It feels as though your spirit is being gently lifted from a place you didn't even realize you were still trapped in. There is a subtle lightness in your soul, a quiet rising that feels unfamiliar yet comforting, as though a part of you that has been asleep for years is finally beginning to wake up. You feel it when you breathe. You feel it when you pause. You feel it in the quiet moments when everything around you grows silent, and the only thing left is the steady beating of your own heart. And in that heartbeat, something becomes clear. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are evolving, changing, unfolding. You are being reshaped into the version of yourself who is capable of holding the magnitude of the blessings waiting ahead. This is not mere growth. This is spiritual transformation, the kind that turns ordinary souls into chosen ones, the kind that elevates the ordinary path into a divine assignment. Every step you take now carries the weight of a future that heaven has already prepared in detail. And as you walk, you begin to sense that something extraordinary is approaching you from beyond the horizon. The energy in the atmosphere feels heavier with meaning. You may feel waves of déjà vu, as though your spirit remembers something your mind cannot yet grasp. Your dreams might grow clearer, more symbolic, more vivid. Your intuition might speak louder, guiding you toward choices that feel strange but right. This is the spiritual realm aligning itself with your next chapter. Heaven never opens a path without aligning the entire universe in your favor. And right now, my beloved child, the alignment around you is gathering strength. But perhaps the most powerful shift happening in you now is the deepening of your trust. Not the kind of trust that comes easily, but the kind born from walking through storms and still choosing to believe. You're beginning to understand that you don't need to know every detail of what's coming to trust that it is good. You don't need to see the entire path to know it is safe. You don't need to control every outcome to know that heaven is guiding your steps. And with this understanding comes freedom. A freedom from anxiety, from overthinking, from trying to force life into shapes it was never meant to take. This freedom is the gift of surrender, the surrender that Archangel Michael has been leading you toward from the very beginning. He doesn't want you to walk with fear gripping your chest. He wants you to walk with your shoulders relaxed, your breath steady, your heart steady, your faith anchored. And as you walk deeper into this divine unfolding, you will notice that his presence feels stronger. You may sense warmth in moments of doubt, sudden calm in moments of chaos, or unexpected clarity in moments of indecision. These are not coincidences. These are signs of divine companionship, reminders that you are being guided by one of heaven's greatest protectors. But my beloved child, there is something else you must understand as you move forward. The closer you get to your blessing, the louder the distractions may become. Old thoughts may try to return. Old insecurities may whisper again. Old patterns may attempt to pull you back into cycles you've worked so hard to escape. But hear this truth clearly: you are not going backward. The path before you is too divinely orchestrated, too spiritually charged, too heavily protected for you to lose your way now. You are being elevated to a place where your old fears can no longer reach you. Your voices may echo, but they can no longer control you. And as you continue walking, the world around you begins to shift in ways you cannot yet see but will soon understand. People who no longer serve your growth may gently fade from your life. Opportunities that once seemed closed may begin to unlock themselves. Unexpected connections may begin forming. Your creativity may spark. Your clarity may sharpen. Even your sense of purpose may rise like fire inside your chest. These are early signs, the first gentle ripples of a massive wave of blessings preparing to crash into your reality. You may feel a growing anticipation inside you, a sense of spiritual pressure building like the sky before a storm. But this storm carries blessings, not destruction. You are inches away from a turning point, a shift so divine that it will retroactively explain every tear you cried, every loss you endured, every prayer you whispered when you felt unseen. Heaven is not preparing to give you something small. Heaven is preparing to shift your entire life into alignment with your highest destiny. And this alignment is not subtle. It is powerful, unmistakable, life-altering. Take a moment now, my beloved child. Place your hand gently on your heart. Feel its steady rhythm. That is the sound of resilience. That is the sound of survival. That is the sound of a spirit that refused to break even when life felt unbearable. And now, that same heart is preparing to experience levels of peace, clarity, abundance, and love that it has never known before. You have arrived at the threshold of something divine, something written for you long before you ever doubted your worth. And as you stand on this threshold, let me remind you of something important. You are not meant to walk this path alone. Just as heaven has guided you here, you may be the guide someone else desperately needs. Share this message with someone whose spirit may be quietly fighting battles they cannot name. Leave a comment so your presence can ripple outward, connecting with others traveling their own sacred journeys. And subscribe so the messages meant for you continue to reach you at the perfect, divinely orchestrated moments. Stay close. Stay aware. Stay open. Because what you are about to walk into is not just blessing, it is destiny. And destiny, once awakened, cannot be stopped. Stay till the end. My beloved child, as you take this final step into the heart of the message heaven prepared for you, something inside your spirit becomes unmistakably clear. You were never walking toward a blessing. You were walking toward becoming one. Every moment of pain, every tear, every silent prayer, every sleepless night, every disappointment you survived was not leading you to something outside yourself. It was awakening something within you that could not be created any other way. And now, as the path lies bright and open before you, you finally begin to understand why Archangel Michael said, "Now walk through it without fear." In this moment, in this breath, you are standing at the doorway of a destiny that has been waiting for you with patience, with precision, and with divine timing. The parts of you that once trembled are now steady. The parts of you that once doubted are now aware. The parts of you that once felt small are now rising with a strength that could only come from surviving everything you thought would break you. You are not stepping into your future with uncertainty. You are stepping into it with awakened power. And as you look back at the path behind you, you realize something extraordinary. None of the setbacks were wasted. None of the losses were meaningless. None of the disappointments were failures. They were all preparing you, cleansing you, reshaping you. They were removing what could not stay. They were strengthening what needed to grow. They were positioning you for this exact moment where heaven finally says, "Now." And that now carries more weight than you realize. It is the kind of divine permission that changes everything. As you lift your eyes toward the road ahead, you can feel the atmosphere shifting. The energy around you feels lighter, yet fuller. The doubts that once clung to your mind no longer have space inside you. The heaviness that once clouded your heart has lifted like morning fog under sunlight. You are standing not just in clarity, but in purpose. Not just in faith, but in certainty. Not just in hope, but in awakening. And my beloved child, heaven wants you to understand the truth of who you are becoming. You are not the wounded soul who once begged for answers. You are the rising spirit who now receives them. You are not the version of yourself who once feared the unknown. You are the awakened being who now walks into it with strength. You are not simply a person moving forward. You are a soul fulfilling a divine assignment. Archangel Michael stands beside you not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. He does not clear paths for souls who are not ready. He clears paths for those who must rise. And you, through every battle, every tear, every whisper of hope you refuse to let die, have proven that you are ready. More ready than you realize. But there is a deeper truth unfolding now, one that rises quietly within you like dawn. Your destiny is not something that will simply appear. It is something that will awaken through you. Heaven has not just prepared a blessing for you. Heaven has prepared you for the blessing. Your spirit is aligned. Your heart is open. Your strength is awakened. Your path is clear. And as you step forward, you step not into luck, but into divine orchestration. You step not into chance, but into purpose. You step not into uncertainty, but into a life your soul has always known was waiting for you. Feel this moment. Let it settle into your bones. Let it soften your fears. Let it strengthen your resolve. Because what comes next for you is not ordinary, not small, not subtle. What comes next is the kind of breakthrough that alters the trajectory of your entire life. The kind that makes sense of your past and lights up your future. The kind that reveals that nothing was lost. Everything was aligning. My beloved child, you are entering a season where the blessings will not just knock, they will enter. Where the opportunities will not just appear, they will choose you. Where the clarity will not just whisper, it will guide you. Where love, abundance, peace, and purpose will not just visit, they will stay. And as you walk through this final doorway, heaven wants you to remember one truth. You were never alone on this path. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. You were being positioned. You were being protected. And now, finally, you are being elevated So take one more breath. Step forward with confidence. Claim the destiny that has always belonged to you. Walk with the strength of someone guided, protected, and chosen. Your path is clear. Your spirit is ready. Your moment is here. My beloved child, walk without fear.